Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. And today's story is not just news, it's a turning point. A moment that could very well define the future of the Los Angeles Lakers franchise, and possibly even the legacy of LeBron James himself. Because just days after being shockingly eliminated in the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs by the Minnesota Timberwolves, in a series that had fans in disbelief, the Lakers are now staring into an offseason full of uncertainty, questions, and maybe even some tough decisions that could ripple throughout the entire league. And right at the heart of it all is LeBron James, the king, the legend, the man who, even at age 40, continues to defy Father Time. But with that age comes a question that's looming over the front office in Los Angeles like a heavy cloud. Will LeBron be back? And if he is, at what cost? Let's break it all down. First, let's set the scene. The Lakers entered the 2025 postseason as the number 3 seed in the Western Conference, a position that many felt gave them a legitimate shot at making a deep playoff run. After all, with Luka Doncic now in purple and gold alongside LeBron, expectations were sky high. Fans were dreaming of another finals run, a possible redemption arc, and maybe even one more ring for the king. But instead, disaster. The Minnesota Timberwolves, with their elite defense and surprising poise, dismantled the Lakers in what can only be described as a stunning first-round exit. The Lakers looked outmatched, out-hustled, and at times, completely disjointed. Minnesota's length, depth, and defensive energy caused chaos for LA's stars, and what was supposed to be a celebratory postseason quickly turned into a nightmare. And now, as the dust settles, the focus shifts. Because now LeBron James has a choice to make. He holds a player option for the 2025 to 2026 season worth $52.6 million. That's a massive number, and one he's more than earned. Let's not forget, LeBron averaged 25.4 points, 8.1 assists, and 7.2 rebounds this season. At 40 years old, those numbers are historic. The man is rewriting the rules of longevity in professional sports. But here's where things get complicated. According to Jovan Buha and Sam Amick from The Athletic, sources around the league are saying that LeBron is not expected to take a pay cut this offseason. That's significant. Why? Because just last summer, LeBron agreed to a $2.7 million discount to help the Lakers stay below the second apron and maintain roster flexibility. It was a calculated move, one that allowed the team to make key additions and stay competitive. But this time around, that generosity may not be on the table. And that changes everything. Because $52.6 million tied up in one player, no matter how great, limits what the Lakers can do. It restricts their ability to chase free agents, make trades, or even re-sign certain role players. It puts the front office in a financial straitjacket, just when they desperately need flexibility. So the question becomes, could this be the offseason where the Lakers ask LeBron for one last favor? Could they sit down with him, lay out the team's financial situation, and ask, "Can you help us one more time?" Some insiders believe that's unlikely. And truthfully, can you blame LeBron? After everything he's done for the franchise, delivering a championship in 2020, becoming the all-time leading scorer in league history, and playing at an MVP level into his 40s, it's hard to argue he owes the team anything more. But fans are wondering, if not now, when? This might be LeBron's last real shot at contending for another title. With Luka Doncic now in the fold, the Lakers are closer than they've been in years to putting together a truly dominant team. But they need depth. They need shooters. They need defenders. And that costs money. So if LeBron doesn't take a pay cut, can Rob Pelinka find another way? The Lakers' general manager has already hinted at what's ahead. In his end-of-season press conference, Pelinka emphasized that the front office's priority this summer, aside from the big man position, is finding versatile two-way players who can contribute in high-pressure moments. That means they're not looking for just any free agents. They want difference makers. But with limited cap space, the Lakers will have to get creative. Sign-in trades, mid-level exceptions, veteran minimums. This will be a summer of chess, not checkers. And looming over all of it, LeBron's decision. Could this be the summer where he finally decides to walk away? Is it possible that this early playoff exit left a bitter enough taste to push him toward retirement or even another team? That's the doomsday scenario. And while no official signs are pointing toward an exit just yet, we've learned never to take anything for granted in the NBA. Meanwhile, some fans are speculating about another angle, Bronny James. Yes, LeBron's son is officially eligible for the NBA draft this year, and many believe that LeBron still wants to fulfill his dream of playing alongside his son. Could LeBron use his player option as leverage to get the Lakers to draft Bronny? Could he be saying, "I'll take the deal if my son joins me in LA"? It's not out of the realm of possibility. And think about the storylines. LeBron and Luka pair with a rookie Bronny James. The media frenzy would be unreal. Ticket sales, through the roof. Ratings, explosive. But more importantly, the potential for one last magical ride, absolutely irresistible. But again, none of it happens if the Lakers can't afford to build a team. So the front office has to walk a tightrope, honor LeBron's legacy, stay competitive, and plan for the future, all without breaking the bank. And that brings us to the bigger question. What does LeBron want his Lakers' legacy to be? If this truly is the final chapter, will it end in another ring or a first-round flameout? Will he go down as the superstar who helped usher in the next era of Lakers basketball, or the legend who stayed 1 year too long? It all comes down to this offseason. Every move, every contract, every conversation, the margin for error, non-existent. But what do you think about all of this? Should LeBron accept the full $52.6 million? Should he consider a discount to help the team? Or has he already done more than enough for the Lakers franchise? In some ways, the Lakers are caught between timelines. LeBron is clearly near the end of his legendary career. Luka is just entering his prime. The front office needs to build a roster that can win right now for LeBron, but also be sustainable for the future for Luka. It's a delicate balance, and any misstep could cost them both. And then there's the Anthony Davis factor. While LeBron grabs headlines, AD's performance and availability continues to be a wild card. He had stretches of dominance this season, anchoring the Lakers' defense and giving them a true interior presence. But in the playoffs, his impact wavered. If the Lakers want to be real contenders, Davis has to be consistently elite. Anything less, and this team's foundation starts to look shaky. Let's not forget the supporting cast either. Players like Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and D'Angelo Russell all had moments throughout the season, but consistency, especially in the playoffs, was lacking. If the Lakers can't count on their role players in big moments, all the superstar firepower in the world won't matter. That's why this offseason isn't just about LeBron. It's about building a team that fits top to bottom. One name that keeps surfacing in trade rumors is D'Angelo Russell. His offensive talent is undeniable, but his defensive lapses and occasional inconsistency have made him a lightning rod for criticism. If the Lakers are serious about adding two-way talent, Russell could be one of the first names on the move. The question is, what can they realistically get in return? There's been buzz about potential targets, from sharpshooters like Buddy Hield to versatile wings like Mikal Bridges or OG Anunoby. But making those moves requires assets, and the Lakers are low on draft capital. Could they explore sign-and-trade scenarios? Maybe even consider moving future picks they'd rather keep? Everything has to be on the table. Of course, there's also the Darvin Ham situation. While not officially under fire, there are whispers about his job security. After 2 seasons of mixed results and a puzzling playoff rotation, some within the fan base, and maybe even the locker room, are questioning whether he's the right coach to lead this group. Continuity matters, but so does trust. If the Lakers believe this roster needs a new voice, that decision has to come quickly. There's also the reality of the Western Conference getting stronger. The Nuggets aren't going anywhere. The Timberwolves just exposed the Lakers' weaknesses. The Thunder are on the rise with their young core. Even the Warriors and Clippers, if healthy, remain dangerous. The window to contend is brutally small and getting smaller every year. And that brings us back to urgency. The Lakers don't have time to waste. This can't be a bridge year or a retooling season, not with LeBron still producing at an elite level. Not with Luka in his prime. Not with the fan base hungry for another title. Every decision this summer has to be made with one goal in mind: win now. But what happens if things don't go as planned? What if LeBron opts in but the roster isn't good enough? What if they miss on key free agents or trades fall through? Could we see friction between stars? Could Luka, who has never been afraid to speak his mind, start to question the direction of the franchise? These are real concerns, and they speak to just how high the stakes are right now. For the front office, for the coaching staff, for the players, and for the fans who have lived through this roller coaster of highs and heartbreaks over the past few seasons. And we haven't even touched on the draft. The Lakers currently hold the 17th pick, a selection that could be packaged in a trade or used to grab a young prospect. But what if they shock the league and draft Bronny James at 17? Would it be a reach? Maybe. But if it helps convince LeBron to return on a friendlier deal, is it worth the gamble? There are some scouts who believe Bronny has real NBA potential. He's a smart player, a willing defender, and has shown flashes of high-level feel. He's not a guaranteed star, not yet, but in the right system with the right mentorship, who knows? And from a business standpoint, the upside is massive. LeBron and Bronny sharing the court in Lakers uniforms? That's once-in-a-lifetime stuff. Even if Bronny isn't NBA ready on day one, the symbolism alone could energize the entire organization. And in a league where stars drive everything, making LeBron happy, even at 40, still matters. The Lakers aren't just building a basketball team. They're managing egos, narratives, and history itself. Coaching changes, however, come with risk. Continuity is something LeBron has often emphasized, and making a move at head coach could disrupt chemistry, especially for a team still trying to integrate Luka Doncic into the system. But at the same time, running it back with the same personnel and staff might be seen as ignoring the clear issues that led to the early exit. And then there's the looming question of Anthony Davis. While the big man is under contract and remains a defensive anchor, his offensive inconsistency in the playoffs has raised eyebrows once again. Can the Lakers truly rely on him to be the 1B next to LeBron and Luka? Or has the time come to consider exploring trade possibilities, not because he's not valuable, but because the window is so tight and the margin for error so small? Some executives around the league have quietly floated the idea that Davis, despite his elite skill set, might fetch a significant haul in return, one that could replenish the Lakers' depth and youth while still keeping them competitive. It's a long shot, and certainly not something the front office would do lightly. But in a league where stars get moved every summer, nothing is truly off the table. And speaking of stars, don't discount the possibility of another major move. Rob Pelinka has never been afraid to swing big. Remember the Russell Westbrook experiment? The D'Angelo Russell reunion? The mid-season trades that retooled the 2023 roster and led to a conference finals run? This front office knows the urgency. And with LeBron's future on the line, they may be more aggressive than ever before. One name that continues to pop up in Lakers rumors is Donovan Mitchell. If he becomes available, the Lakers are expected to be among the first in line. His shot creation, scoring ability, and age make him an ideal fit alongside Luka and LeBron. But getting him would require assets. Do the Lakers have enough left in the cupboard? And more importantly, is that the right direction? Another path could be doubling down on development. Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Max Christie, these young talents have shown flashes. But flashes aren't enough. The Lakers need consistency. If they're not going to land another all-star, they'll need these role players to make significant leaps next season. And that starts with an off-season of serious growth and accountability. The Lakers also have to address the center position. Christian would struggle to stay healthy and consistent, while Jackson Hayes didn't exactly lock down the backup spot. With the Western Conference loaded with elite bigs like Jokic, Wembanyama, and KAT, LA must find someone who can defend, rebound, and bring energy in the paint. It's a non-negotiable. And then there's the issue of shooting, a problem that has plagued the Lakers for years. While Doncic brings gravity and vision, he needs reliable floor spacing around him. So does LeBron. Too often, the Lakers' offense stalls because defenders don't respect their shooters. If the front office does nothing else this offseason, finding multiple knockdown shooters should be the priority. Of course, none of this is happening in a vacuum. The Western Conference isn't waiting around. Denver looks like a dynasty in the making. Oklahoma City is rising fast. The Suns still have Booker and Durant. Even teams like Sacramento and New Orleans are no easy outs. If the Lakers stand still, they fall behind. The league is that unforgiving. That's what makes this offseason so monumental. There's no room for sentimentality. Every move has to be made with one goal in mind, maximizing the final window of LeBron's career. Whether that means reshaping the roster, changing the coaching staff, or making financial sacrifices, it all has to be on the table. And let's not forget the Lakers brand itself. This isn't just any franchise. This is a global powerhouse. A team that lives under the brightest spotlight in all of basketball. Every move, every decision, every press conference is analyzed and dissected in real time. That pressure isn't going away, especially not now. So as we head into what could be one of the most pivotal summers in franchise history, the stakes couldn't be higher. Every fan, every analyst, every opposing team is watching. What the Lakers do next will shape not just their future, but perhaps the entire NBA landscape. Personally, as a lifelong fan, I get both sides. I want to see LeBron rewarded for everything he's done. But I also want to see this team compete at the highest level while he's still playing at an elite level. I want shooters, defenders, and a real supporting cast around him and Luka. I want rings, not regrets. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. The offseason is just getting started, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single second. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Lakers!